Hi guys, it's Abby. Welcome back to my channel. So I'm doing another video on the Twin Flame Synastry series, and this particular one is on Venus and Mars aspects in the chart. So I am going to be using actual twin flame couples charts. These are people who know that they're in a twin flame relationship and they have provided their information and their twins information, and it's all anonymous, of course. But the aspects that I will be discussing today can be applied to any two people, regardless of their relationship. So it can be applied to a regular couple that's non-twin flame, soulmates, married couple, parent-child, friends. It just has to be put into context. So for Venus, Venus is the planet of how we give and receive love. So it's a more feminine energy, and it's not necessarily, it doesn't represent feminine energy in itself. The moon is really more of that, but it is a love, heart-centered planet. So that tends to mean that in a man's chart, Venus is the type of woman that he is attracting or wants to attract. And in a woman's chart, it tends to be the type of woman she identifies with. And likewise, Mars is the planet of action, aggression. It's how our sexuality, it's how we go into action, regardless of whether it's in a male or female's chart. So in a man's chart, or someone that identifies as male, it's going to be the type of man that he considers himself to be or strives to be. And in a woman's chart, it tends to be the type of partner that she's looking for, just instinctually, not necessarily the husband she's going to end up with. That's actually more of Jupiter for a woman, but the type of masculinity that she embodies and then projects onto the outside world, and then therefore attracts back to her. So it's really just a mirror. So let's look. Okay. So the first one I'm going to show you is here. Okay. So this one I wanted to show you because the Mars and Venus of each party, so the inside here is what you guys call divine feminine, chaser, positive polarity. This person's Venus and Mars are in the same sign in Virgo. Over here in the outer wheel is the divine masculine, or the runner, or the negative polarity, the pole energy. This is Venus and Mars conjunct as well, but in a different planet. So they don't actually aspect one another at all, but I wanted to bring this one up because oftentimes in twin flame charts, especially, you'll see commonalities that don't actually have anything to do with interacting with each other. So this type of chart is a synastry chart. It's where one person's natal chart is in the middle, and then one other person's chart is on the outside. So they both have Venus and Mars conjunct in their own charts, but they don't aspect one another. But that means when someone has Venus and Mars conjunct in their own chart, it's a very sensual energy. So this is a person who is highly sexualized, in fact, often from an early age, regardless of what sign it is. The Aries person here is going to be hypersexual. The Virgo person is also going to be hypersexual. It's just that Virgos don't really have that sort of reputation, but they actually are. So both of these people are going to be hypersexual in different ways. And that is interesting. That's a common thing that I see in twin flame charts, just patterns like that. All right, and this one, again, Venus and Mars, not conjunct, but both in Pisces for the negative polarity twin. The Venus and Mars are here in the same sign, closer than the negative polarity, but for the positive polarity, they're also very close together. So they're in Leo. So again, these are two signs, just like the last one we saw that was Aries and Virgo. Those two are not really very compatible signs. in the same way that Pisces and Leo are not compatible signs, but they both have the same thing in each of their charts. So you're going to see stuff like that in twin flame charts a lot more than the common aspects. And then this one has Mars. It's not really Mars we're looking at, sorry. It's Venus. Look, Venus is conjunct Venus for both of these people. So what does that mean? This applies to any two people. Venus conjunct Venus means that you literally have the same way of giving and receiving love. So there's a very loving energy with this conjunction. That doesn't necessarily have anything to do with sexuality. However, this person has Mars conjunct Venus, so there is going to be an element of sexuality most likely in this relationship. All twin flames have that anyway, but if this was not a twin flame chart, there would at least be an aspect of action and energy involved. If Mars wasn't anywhere here and it was just Venus, that just means love and friendship. It has nothing to do with sexuality if it's just Venus making the aspect. And the last one I want to look at is, okay, so this one is Mars conjunct Mars down here in Virgo. So this means that the way that these two are in sexuality and in just action, like how they act, how they execute their thoughts into a plan, is the same. So they're both very methodical, orderly. It's in Virgo, so they're hard workers. And sexually, Virgo, anything is like very meticulous and wants to practice to make perfect, and is often kind of freaky in the bedroom. So it's because they have these like control issues. So in the bedroom, they can like become more uninhibited, really. But in this case, there's not necessarily any love involved. So it could be just a highly energetic sexualized attraction. However, again, this is a twin flame chart. So of course there is unconditional love involved, just not at this level. So the thing I want to just talk about real quick now is if you've seen these and you're saying, okay, well, what is the twin flame level that they're actually connected with if they're not connected on this level? So the charts of two twin flames or a twin flame couple is completely irrelevant. It's not where you two are the same. You two are the same soul, and that's the fifth dimension, otherwise known as a presence. It's your eternal self is the same. You have the same soul. So you cannot see that in an astrological chart. Really, you can't. There's really no common feature that is shown in the two twin flames. Like a twin flame couple will never have a specific aspect in it that you can be like, yes, they're twin flames because they have this. So you really don't want to look at your astrology if you're on a twin flame journey. You are a positive polarity, I can tell you that much. Please, instead of continuing to watch astrology stuff and tarot and things like that, that's all fourth dimensional stuff. It's the time-space continuum. You and your twin are always going to be the polar opposite of one another. So you're like this, but you're still separate on that dimension. So the more, it doesn't matter how much you pour over anything like that, it's always going to be separation, and it's always going to keep the two of you separated, and it's going to keep you kind of miserable. So I really highly encourage you, if you're actually on a twin flame journey, to go watch my twin flame playlist, watch some of the videos, and it will give you a better understanding of how to get a grasp on what you're doing and the steps you need to take to get out of that paradigm, because it's just a paradigm shift. You're just going from fourth dimension to fifth dimension where the two of you are the same. And it's not hard. It's so easy. It's the most simple thing that you'll ever do. But people get stuck on this. So that's why I kind of make this video series, but also just to give some information about certain aspects like Mars and Venus. So regardless of whatever, if it's a square or if it's a conjunction, an opposition, I go over some of these aspects in the very first Twin Flame Synastry video that I ever did. It was sun aspect. So if you go there, I give a full explanation of all of the aspects that planets can make, or the main ones, the big ones that they can make. So you can watch that and get an idea. But with Venus and Mars, there's usually a love connection. It's a good thing for relationships in general. And if it's a non-romantic or sexual relationship, it just gives a good affinity for one another, a good way of working with one another. And there's a certain level of attraction, even if it isn't sexual. So that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a thumb up. a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the little bell so you get a notification when I have new videos come out. And if you're interested in a twin flame reading or just a regular astrology reading, I do those. So just click the link to my website below, click on the astrology link, and it will go to my astrology website and blog where you can just book a reading from there. Thank you. Bye.